Exercise 9C, Book T1, question number 3. Copy and complete the following table. In A part, the departure time and the journey time is given. We will calculate the arrival time. Similarly, in B part, departure and journey time is given. In C part, we are given with arrival time and departure time. So we will subtract the departure time from arrival time. The D part also the same. In E part, the timings are exactly departure and arrival, but the point is that the timings as well as the days are also mentioned, Tuesday and Wednesday. So we will be careful while solving this part. And in last but not the least part, in which the departure time is missing. So let's start the question. We have made the table according to it, but we will solve one by one and then we will complete finally once we are done with the time math. In this question, where departure time 0 to 40 and 55 minutes the journey time is given, we are going to calculate the arrival time. Let's calculate the arrival time. We know that the arrival time is equals to, if we add departure time plus the journey time, it is actually equals to the arrival time. So let's add the departure time and the journey time, so we will calculate the arrival time. For this we will use the time math. The time math is always very simple. We use the hour clock and the minute clock. The hour clock having the hours 0 to 40, the minute is under the minute clock. Similarly, the journey time, as it only contains 55 minutes in this case, so we will add only 55 in minute clock, but there will be no single digit in the hour clock for this particular time. Now, as we are going to add the two timings, we will use the plus sign in a very simple way, the way we are doing it in normal addition. When we add 40 minutes with 55 minutes, we will get 95 minutes and the hour clock remains the same, it's 0 to 95. But if we see this time 0 to 95, there is no such time on the clock. We cannot say that what time it is actually 0 to 95. For this reason, we need to subtract 60 from the minute clock because the minutes are total 60 in 1 hour. So if we are going to display the time in such a way, since there is no such time as 0 to 95 on the clock, so we will subtract 60 from the minute clock. It's a key, whenever the minutes are always exceeding 60, we will subtract the 60 from the minute clock. These 60 will automatically be added to this hour clock in the form of an hours. We will show you how. For example, when we subtract this, we get 5 minus 0 is 5, 9 minus 6 is 35. And this 60 minutes, it will be shifted over here and we are going to add it as 1 hour. As 60 minutes is equals to 1 hour, so we will add this into this one and we will get 03. So the time on the clock can be shown as 03:35. In 24-hour clock or in 12-hour clock, we can say it is 3:35 a.m. I hope you have understood the first part. Now let's start with the B part, in which departure time is given as 22:35. The journey time is total 8 hours. We will calculate at what time the vehicle will be arrived at its destination. Since the same procedure is going to be followed, we will be adding this hour clock with this hour clock and there will be no minute clock, so we will be adding only 8 with 22 to get the total time. So let's add it. We will get 35 here and 22 plus 8 is, we will get 30. Again, we can say that there is no such time on the clock as 30:35. At what time the train or the vehicle will be reached to its destination. So since we have done this minute clock procedure, whenever the time exceeds in minutes, we always subtract 60 and the 60 always goes to this side and added as 1 hour. Similarly, if the hour clock, whenever hour clock exceeds 24 hours, because the one day contains 24 hours, so we will subtract 24 from the hour clock and we will get the time. 35 will remain 35 and this will be 6. So 6:35 But since the day 24 hours contains one complete day, so the day will also be changed. If it is the previous day, this time will be on the next day. Now in C part, the departure time is given as 15:45 and the arrival time is given as 17:50. Now we will calculate the journey time. It's very simple. If we know the arrival time and the departure time, we can simply subtract the departure time from the arrival time to calculate the journey time. So we will use the time math, hours and minutes, and it's 17:50, which is the arrival time. We will subtract 15:45, which is the departure time. So we will subtract it. Similarly, we get this is 10 minus 5, which is 5. 0, and 17 minus 15, 7 minus 5 is 2. So we can say this journey time is 2 hours and 5 minutes. Always remember that you can show the departure and the arrival time in time 24 hours or 12 hours, but the journey time is always, the duration or the journey time is always with the word hours and minutes, because it is actually the duration of some in part D we are given the departure time and the arrival time. So let's subtract the departure time from the arrival time to calculate the journey time. So we will write 22:16 as the arrival time and the departure time is 09:48. We will subtract the time. It's very difficult to subtract 48 from 16. So we will borrow. This hour clock will be 21 now, and this 1 hour will be borrowed in minutes, so that the minutes can be added with those 60 minutes. This 1 hour is actually 60 minutes, and the 60 minutes, when it will be added to this minute clock, it is actually 76 minutes. So those 76 minutes, now we have 76 minutes, and we can easily subtract this 48 minutes from 76 minutes. When we subtract it, we get this will be 6, and 16 minus 8, we get 8. 6 minus 4 is 2. We had 21 minus 9, which is, so we will write 1. 11 minus 9 is 2. 1 minus 0 is 1. So it's 12 hours and 28 minutes. So the concept we have used it, when we have borrowed 1 hour from the hour clock, we used it as 60 minutes in the minute clock, because the minute clock will be using minutes rather the hours. So we will convert the hour into minutes, and then we are going to use it exactly the way. Now let's do the part E. The same question, part E, where they have given us 20:35 as the departure time, as again the departure time, and we are given with, but it is mentioned also that the departure is on the day Tuesday. Obviously it's 20:35, so it is at the night time, and the arrival time, which is on Wednesday. So on Wednesday we see that the arrival time is 7:15, 07:15. So you can see that this is early in the morning on Wednesday, and the Tuesday this journey has started. Now we will calculate using the same principle, but in this particular case we will use another strategy. We know that in a complete day change, when it's Tuesday and when it is changed to Wednesday, one additional step will be taken, and that is that we will do at first the step number 1, that we will calculate we will subtract the departure time from 12 o'clock, or you can say it's 24:00 in 24-hour clock, and then later on we will from 12:00 or it is 00:00 till we have got this arrival time, which is 07:15. We will add those 07:15 minutes to the time which is actually subtracted from this. So let's do it first, or in the other words we can say that at first we will calculate the time till 12 o'clock. Till 12 o'clock, what is the time, because after 12 o'clock the day is also going to be changed. So let's start it with, we will write hour clock and minute clock, and in our clock we have the time, departure time, it is going to be subtracted from 24:00, because in 24:00 it is actually the night time, and we are going to subtract this 2035 from 2400. Again, the same principle, we will be using it. We will take 1 hour from the hour clock to the minute clock, and it is going to be 60 minutes. Now we can simply subtract this. So it is 5, and this 10 minus 5 is 5, 5 minus 3 is 2, so 25 minutes, and then 3 minus 0 is 3. So 3 hours and 25 minutes is the duration till 12 o'clock. When we have gotten the time till 12 o'clock, then after 12 o'clock the next day, Wednesday, started. From at night time 12 o'clock till 7:15, there will be total 7 hours and 15 minutes, because till 7:15 the time is 7 hours and 15 minutes. So the total duration will be, the total journey time or the total duration time will be, total travel time will be, we will be adding this 3 hours 25 minutes and the 7 hours 15 minutes total. So we will get 40 minutes. So 10 hours and 40 minutes is the total duration of the journey, which is started from Tuesday at night and ended at Wednesday. Okay, the last part, F part, in which we will be calculating the departure time. Journey time is given as 1 hour and 1/4, 1/4 hour. Now 1 hour means that this is complete 1 hour, and 1/4 hour means the quarter hour. Since we know that in a clock we have got 4 quarters, just like a circle, so this 1/4 quarter is actually 15 minutes. So we are going to say this is 1 hour and 15 minutes, and the arrival time is 23:50. So we will subtract this journey time 1 hour 15 minutes from 23:50, and we will get our departure time, at what time the journey started. So let's subtract. This is 23:50, and we are subtracting this 1 hour and 15 minutes. So it's very simple. We will subtract this in the normal way. It is 10 minus 5 is 5, 4 minus 1 is 3, and this is 22:35. So the departure or the travel time started at 22:35. I hope you have understood the question number 3.